I'm going to donate a few push-ups for some of the preloaders who did not put theirs out. Here you go.
Hey Robert, hey, this is Leland from Los Angeles, California, and I just came back from practicing, and I figured I'd shoot this video and give you the 20 push-ups. You know, just gonna do it right next to my baby BB. So here we go. Oh boy. That just tells me I gotta work out some more. If anything else, so that's what I get for grabbing the front brake. Anyway, preload, keep it loaded.
Hold it. Ah. What's up, guys? Preloaders, V.I.Preloaders. Welcome back to the channel. Always great to have you guys here with me. For those of you that have never been to this channel before, this is not a workout channel, I assure you. But what this is a bunch of preloaders. And if you don't know what a preloader is, go to the description section. It's a definition in there. But this is a bunch of preloaders that are disciplined. And when I say disciplined, the front brake on these motorcycles, we know that it's advantageous not to pull it at slow speeds, during slow speed maneuvers. And some of us have a bad habit of doing that. And when we do that, the way we're going to try to get out of that habit, we do 10 push-ups. Now, so you see we already have preloaders that donated push-ups, preloaders that did push-ups because they, you know, they're disciplined. Just awesome. Love this nation. Love it, love it, love it. Okay? All right. Again, I'm sorry for you guys that have never been here before. My name's Robert. I'm a retired NYPD Highway Patrol motorcycle lieutenant. I did a wonderful 22-year career with the NYPD. 15 of those years were spent with the elite NYPD Highway Patrol motorcycle unit. channel is called Robert Simmons Paying It Forward. And on this channel, I focus primarily on slow speed motorcycle operation because that's the skill that most motorcycle riders lack. And it's so important, that skill, because that's the skill that's required to actually know how to ride this motorcycle. And what I mean by that is at slow speeds, that's when you have to take over 100%. Most motorcycle riders are not familiar with that. So that's what we deal with here. And the goal is not to get you to ride like a motor officer, not to get you to make 18, 17-foot U-turns, drag your floorboards. Not the goal of this channel. The goal of this channel is to raise your confidence so that you feel comfortable making right turns, left turns, U-turns. Okay, that's it, going slow. All right, and that's something you should feel comfortable doing on any vehicle that you operate, right? So the goal is to help you be the boss of your motorcycle. And by the boss, it means that you're in 100% control, you have confidence, and you know what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. Okay, and guys, I guarantee you that you're gonna actually enjoy riding your motorcycle way more when you master this skill. At any level, if you only get 20% better, you're gonna feel a lot better about riding your motorcycle. Because again, when we go fast, we feel fine because the motorcycle's kind of taking over. But when you slow down, it's all on you, all right? So that's what I wanna help you guys with, okay? So welcome to practice session number 33. That's what I'm doing out here today. It's a nice crisp morning, 54 degrees, but this is South Georgia, it's going up to 82. But by the time it gets to that temperature, we should be pretty much done. And if you guys are interested in coming out here and practicing with me, go to the description section. It tells you everything you need to know about that. You do need to be a V.I.Preloader to practice with me for free. All right, and if you're interested in becoming a V.I.Preloader or just finding out more information on what a V.I.Preloader is and what perks they get, hit the join button, which is right next to the subscribe button, and it'll show you a short video explaining to you everything that you need to know. All right, and if you're interested, come on board. Love to have you. I also do private lessons out here. I know everybody doesn't want to be on YouTube. If that's something that you're interested in, you and your wife, you and your boys, you and your girls, go to this website right here. There's also going to be a link for it in the description section, so you don't have to worry about trying to memorize what this is, but it's not difficult. RobertSimmonsPayingItForward.com. It's pretty much easy to remember. But go on there, click on private lessons, and fill out the information, and we will work that out, all right? Let me know what date you want to come. I'm retired, so I kind of work around when you guys can make it. So don't worry about that unless there's something I really can't get away from. Usually whatever date and time you pick, it's going to be fine, okay? Keep this in mind, guys. The minimum is 2 hours, okay? And that's for a reason, for several reasons. But it's important that you guys know that when you come out here, 2 hours goes by like that, right? It goes by very quickly. So now some people, 2 hours is more than enough, whether it goes quickly or not. They're good. So just keep that in mind, especially if you're coming here in a group. Now that 2 hours is going to go even faster, okay? Keep that in mind, guys. All right, I want to take this opportunity to once again congratulate our new ambassadors, Robert Simmons Paying It Forward ambassadors. Jenny, representing Robert Simmons Paying It Forward in the United States. Again, she's from Washington. And Ashley, representing Robert Simmons Paying It Forward in the UK, all right? Specifically England. So again, thank you guys. Congratulations, but thank you for saying, yes, we'll do this. And I appreciate you guys and everything that you do. Preloader Nation, yes, this is a movement now, okay? So I want you guys to know how happy I am to be a part of this, how happy I am. Yes, and I say a part of it. I know this is my thing, but I'm still a part of it because this is all of us working together, practicing, sharing our experiences. And, you know, it's important that you guys know how much I appreciate you, how proud I am of you guys. You know, every time I see somebody doing something on a motorcycle and it's safer or it's better for them, and I know for a fact it started here, that just means everything to me, right? Because again, at the end of the day, the goal is to get as many people as possible to understand how important this is that we're doing, what we're doing. And that's why this is always going to be a safe space. And what I mean by that is this is a space of positivity. It's a no judgment zone. It's just no place for that here on this channel at all. On this channel, on the Facebook group, Preload and Keep It Loaded, on my Instagram. In other words, anything that's associated with me has to be positive. And if it's not, gotta go, right? So again, I want to acknowledge and thank Preloader Reggie, who came up with this awesome design, which is definitely well welcomed to the Robert Simmons Paying It Forward brands. So guys, look out for this design. You're going to see it on different things, merchandise and such. It's just, he did a phenomenal job. And again, I want to thank him for it. Also, guys, if you haven't done so already and you're able to come here to Pooler, Georgia, November 6th, we're celebrating my 1-year anniversary for Robert Simmons Paying It Forward. Again, the actual anniversary is November 15th, but the celebration will be November 6th. We're going to do a group ride leaving from this parking lot. And then after that, we're going to have some lunch and hang out, you know, converse, have a good time, enjoy each other, and feel the positive vibes of Preloaded Nation. Okay, so you guys know I enjoy riding the motorcycle and all that stuff, but the thing I love most is FaceTime with you guys. So if you can make it, send me an email so I can register you, and you can have a registration number, and we can have some fun. All right, guys, I'm not going to talk you to death, but last but not least, I have to acknowledge my bride, my queen, Anita. I mean, if you guys only knew all of the stuff that my wife does in the background for Preloaded Nation. Yeah, she does. She takes care of all the merchandise and all of that stuff. But, oh my gosh, there's so much stuff coming, guys. Big plans of stuff coming for you guys. And I just can't wait. I'm not going to say anything about it now. But, I mean, she is just a phenomenal, phenomenal woman. I am so blessed in so many different ways, but definitely with her. Let me say this to you guys. This has nothing to do with motorcycles, but I want to share this with you. So I've heard people say, man, marriage is work. And some people say marriage is hard work. So that's not my experience. And and this is, again, I'm not a relationship expert or anything, but it's just my experiences and my opinion. If you're not familiar with this, I actually had a conversation with Don when Don came down here from Wisconsin for a private lesson. If you guys are unfamiliar, there's a book out there, and it's called Love Languages. And I remember back in the day, it was 5 love languages. I think now it's 7. But the love languages, I don't have them memorized. It's words of affirmation, touch, time, gifts, you know, stuff like that. These are love languages where if you do this with the person that you're with, because that's their love language, they're going to feel loved by you, right? And my opinion of this is, when you guys speak the same love language, your marriage no longer feels like work because you're doing stuff that comes natural to you. It just so happens that what you do that comes natural to you is also the love language of the person you're with. So bam, they're happy. And if that's going in the other direction too, oh, that's beautiful, right? The work comes in when you don't speak the same love languages. Now, it's still important to know each other's love languages because you want to know what makes your partner happy. And if your partner's love language is time and all you do is give her gifts, you're not really speaking her love language, right? I'm sure she appreciates the gifts, but her real love language is time. She wants to spend time with you, right? One of my love languages is words of affirmation. That's a lot of people's love language because we love acknowledgement, right? And we like to be complimented. So if your love language is words of affirmation, but the person that you're with never tells you how much they love you, how beautiful you are, stuff like that, you know, something's missing. So if you know your partner's love language, and it's not something that comes natural to you, and now you have to concentrate on doing it, that's why it feels like work, okay? Doesn't mean it's not worth work. It's not worth it. Yes, it's worth it. But I just wanted to share that with you guys. Anita and I, you name it, if you go down the list of the love languages, we speak the same love language, all of them. So, that's why everything is just so much easier. All right, guys? So I just felt I would share that with you guys. All right, I don't want to bore you with that too much, but I love that woman to death, and it's very easy to love her, and I appreciate her, and I appreciate you guys, okay? All right, so we're going to get started out here. We got some V.I.Preloaders showing up. We're going to 1 through 9 today in the bonus. Okay, I'm going to get set up out here. All right, let's do it. All right, guys, 9:03 a.m., not bad at all. We're ready to roll. The wife has left, so she's off duty for now. We're going to meet some awesome V.I.Preloaders here today. Without further ado, let's get to it. Okay, so now we have here, what's your name, sir?
Jamie Ferguson.
Jamie, where you from?
I'm from Kingsport, Tennessee, which is about 90 miles north of Knoxville.
Okay, what kind of motorcycle you ride?
I've got a 2010 Street Glide.
How long you been riding the motorcycle?
Probably about 15, 17 years.
Okay, and before I ask you the next question, let's take a look at his motorcycle right here.
No, that's not mine. Yeah,
nothing's there.
It's invisible. I forgot to tell you that.
Hooking device on him.
So listen, what's awesome is Jamie, he didn't have his motorcycle, but he still made it out here with his wife. You were vacationing in the area, correct?
Correct, Savannah.
Okay, so I appreciate you coming, and you're just going to be an observer today, obviously. Now, I offered Jamie to go home and get my Road King, and Jamie said, no. I'm going to make the offer one more time on camera.
No, I appreciate it.
Okay.
But,
all right.
I'm looking forward to learning and listening today, and I have been practicing at home.
Awesome.
And it's awesome to meet you, Robert. And
thank you.
Maybe one day I'll be as cool as you, or partly as cool.
Awesome to meet you, too. On a scale of 1 to 10, Jamie, 10 being the best, how would you rate your slow speed skills?
2 at best.
Okay. No problem at all with that, but you're practicing. That's the key word.
Correct.
All right. Awesome to meet you.
Awesome to meet you, brother.
All right. Pass it on.
Right.
All right. What's your name, sir?
Billy Newberry.
Billy Newberry, a.k.a. Metamorphosis. Because the last time Billy was here, man, the transformation was right in front of your eyes, people. Where you from, Billy?
Griffin, Georgia.
How long you been riding?
Since 2009.
And what are you riding today?
2020 Road Glide Special.
All right, we're going to look at his motorcycle. He already took his bags off. There's the bags right there. And he said, just in case, he said, Robert, you want me to take the bags off? I'm like, I want you to do what you feel comfortable doing. But
It just felt safer last go around, so I want to do it again.
Yes, I advise you to take them off because
This takes 2 minutes for them to repaint the side bags and take a lot more out of it.
that's
so.
right. And your saddlebag guards are on back order, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So he's working on that. And on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best,
Well,
how would you rate your slow speed skills?
The first time I was here, I said 0 to negatives.
Mm-hmm.
I think when I left, I was a hard 2, 2.5, maybe 3.
All right.
Not quite. Well,
Hell no, you were higher than that, but that's my opinion.
really?
Yeah, that's my opinion.
Well, I hear you call yourself an 8, so that's why I put myself down as a 2 or a 3.
Well, I know what I saw, and I base it on what you do out here. Actually, we have more out here today than we had that day. And the
Yeah,
reason
but
we
just
didn't have out a lot that day is because he told me it was a 0. So I didn't set up a lot of things. But today we're going to see what we got. Okay?
right.
Nice to meet you again, man.
You too.
And where are you from again? I'm sorry.
Griffin.
Griffin, yeah. And that's
Georgia.
about a 4-hour ride?
3.5.
And Billy said when he got here, his legs were numb.
It was 44 degrees when I left the house, and now it's 57.
I told him, don't get off the motorcycle. Yeah, your legs are numb. All right, what's your name, buddy?
Herman Jacob,
Where you from, Herman?
Charleston, South Carolina.
What are you riding today?
2019 CB1000R.
Okay, and Jamie's been here before as well. One other time, correct?
Yes.
One time, and he rocked it. He rocked it. He did the maze for the first time. He did it on this motorcycle. And I'm telling you, there's no quitting this guy, too. I saw him getting frustrated. He just kept going. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, how would you rate your slow speed skills?
I said 2 to 3 the first time I was here, and I guess I'd say about a 4 now.
Good, very good. I take the mic away from people quicker when they give me a good answer. I don't want to give them a chance to change their mind. All right, last but not least, he's not going to be participating today, but he's here. He's observing. He's a new resident of Georgia. What's your name, sir?
How you doing? Camilo Hermida.
And Camilo, you have a YouTube channel, correct?
Yes. Barber CVO19. Make sure you subscribe.
All right. And you are in the building right now.
Definitely in the building. I came a long way. I drove about 4 miles
There you go.
to get here.
What are you riding today?
I got a 2019 Street Glide CVO.
Okay. And how long you been riding the motorcycle?
3 years.
This one for 2, correct?
This one for 2. My first one was a breakout.
Okay, so we're going to take a look at his motorcycle, but first what I want to show you guys is that's a 2019 Street Glide CVO. Okay, and that's the same motorcycle with a lot of plastic surgery. They put a lot of stuff on this motorcycle. Okay, and on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, how would you rate your slow speed skills?
I would say a 2.
A 2. Okay, very good, very good.
I've been practicing a little bit here on the road now that I live close to you, riding with you, so.
Okay, and I'm looking forward to having you out here so we can do some practicing together.
For sure.
All right. All right. Nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you.
I've already known you. All right, guys. 1 through 9 and a bonus. Let's do it. Yeah.
My son was laughing every time.
If you guys don't remember Billy, I think it was practice session number 32.
Yes.
And I named that practice session Billy, your bike's on.
Kept on leaving it on, trying to kill my battery.
All right. Do any of you guys feel any pressure right now? You feel any? Remember, there's never any pressure here. You do what you want. If you don't feel comfortable doing it, now I always want you to challenge yourself. I want you to go outside of your comfort zone, but not extreme. There's no pressure. Do whatever you want. So we have 1 through 9 here in the bonus. If you say, I want to do exercise 1 all day, Rob, you just go ahead. Then that's fine. You can just do 1 all day by yourself, okay? If you want to do 1 through 4 and just do it by yourself. All right, no problem. All right? Okay. For those of you that don't know the rules, be careful, have fun, relax. If you see me do this, that just means shut your engine off. If you see me do this, there's a bug in my face. If you knock down a cone, I always say pick it up. But if I'm standing right there, I'm going to pick it up anyway. I'm pretty sure I am. And I think that's it, right? 1 through 9, bonus, like I said. We're not going to spend probably a lot of time on the fundamental stuff because you guys really don't need it. But we always have to do that. We're going to warm up. Okay, so exercise number 1 is starting and stopping. You know, I had a private lesson, a few of them. And we always start with that, and I always see, yes, people need work on that. Because 1 and 2 always are relevant. They always come up. You have to start, you have to stop. And we want to be able to do it comfortably and in control, all right? And that's even more important when you have the audacity to put another human being on the back of your motorcycle. And we're going to talk about that. I'm doing a 2-up video coming up. I've done one already, but this one's going to be a lot more detailed, right? And in the one that I'm going to do, I actually want whoever you ride with to watch it with you, all right? And I'm going to explain all of that. Anyway, you guys are going to go down there. I'm going to be down here. And you know what I think we're going to do today? Since there's only 2 of us, we're going to do exercise 1.5, which is emergency braking. All right, we'll talk about that when we get to it. All right, but it's for the exercise number 1. You guys are going to go down here, come toward me. You don't have to be flying, just be in 2nd gear. I want you to downshift, brake like you normally would. Front brake's front, it's fine. Front and rear, whatever. I don't want you using the rear brake when you're going 25 miles an hour. It's not necessary. Remember, your front brake is for stopping. That's where the power is. The rear brake is for control. When you're about to stop and you're getting ready to come to a stop, off of that front brake, rear brake only. Remember, we don't do anything herky-jerky. So nice and smooth. Just like if you're driving your car, you know how to drive your car and come to a stop where everybody in your car's head doesn't do this, right? It's the same thing on your motorcycle. You're using the same foot too, right? Nice and easy. And if you see, especially when you have a passenger, this is stuff I'm going to go over. You're coming to a stop. You're going to do the same thing. You don't want your passenger's head to do this. So it's right before you're going to stop. You kind of ease off a little bit. You know, you guys know what to do, right? And then, so important, when it's time to go, preload and keep it loaded. All right? And keep it loaded. So important, that part. Any questions? Nope?
I got a question.
Go ahead.
You mentioned stopping with the front and the back brake.
Yes.
Okay. I usually do that, but here lately I've been less front brake, maybe and more rear brake.
At what speed?
When I start slowing down, probably 40 mile an hour, something like that.
No. 40 miles an hour. Use that front brake. Now, I don't use my rear brake at all unless I'm getting ready to do some slow speed maneuvers.
Okay.
That's me.
Answer my question.
But my brakes are also linked. So, you know, if I grab my front, it's giving me a little bit of rear anyway. However, even if that weren't the case, I'm not even thinking about my rear brake until it's time for me to be doing some slow speed maneuvers.
Okay.
So I say 15 miles per hour or less, but it could be 10 miles per hour or less. It all depends, you know?
I'm comfortable with the front brake, but...
Yeah, everybody's comfortable with the front brake. That's the problem. They're too comfortable with it. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Any more questions? All right, guys, let's do it. All right, guys, exercise number 1. Bread and butter, people. Bread and butter. Okay, he owes me 10 push-ups because he was on this front brake until he stopped. All right, let's try that again. But there were so many push-ups donated, he's covered, really. Ten push-ups. Again, on that front brake the whole time. Let's try it again. What the hell's going on today? I think they're messing with me. They're punking me. You know, and I was just saying, I love his motorcycle because there's no obstruction. I can clearly see if he's grabbing the front brake. All right, you can park. Good job. His preload's good? Excellent. Now Billy, he's got the fairing, so I can still see his finger. Now remember, at that speed, you could be on the front brake and then just transition.
That's what I thought. I thought it was a little faster than that. That's why I didn't let go at the last minute.
Okay, all right, you can park. Good job. Reload. All right, we're going to do a 1.5 thing, emergency braking. It's only 2 of them. Do you guys practice emergency braking?
I'm sorry?
Do you practice emergency braking?
Yes, sir.
Billy?
I don't know. I focus more on the slaloms, but I'm doing a lot of the practice on that.
Jamie, you practice emergency braking?
I have some, but to be honest with you, I'm not sure, you know, practicing that and what speed to do it, you know, how much to wind my bike up.
Okay, we're going to talk about that.
To where I can go and practice.
Yes. So you don't have to be going extremely fast to practice emergency braking. 25, 30 miles per hour. As you get better at it, you can increase the speed, 35, 40, 45, whatever. But the time not to practice it is when you have to use it out there. And that's what people do. Now, emergency braking is just like what we do slow speed. And what I mean by that is the muscle memory aspect of it. If you don't practice it, when it happens, you're just going to panic and react to instincts. And when you react to your instincts on a motorcycle, it is always wrong. Always wrong. Your instinct when you feel like you're falling is to put your foot out. We know that's wrong, right? Your instinct is to look down when you're turning, when we know you should be looking in the direction you want to go, right? So emergency braking, remember, we don't do anything herky-jerky. So you have an oh crap moment, squeeze, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, squeeze, right? But what should you be doing at the same time? Downshifting. Because if you are on the highway, you're going 60 miles an hour, you got your thumb up your ass, you're looking around, it happens, and then you look back straight, traffic's not moving, oh crap, emergency braking. You do that part correct. We're always scanning, and just like in a car, if you ever have to brake hard, it's just a habit. You look in your mirror to make sure somebody's not going to rear end you. So you're going to do the same thing on your motorcycle. You look, oh man, the guy behind you was driving with his thumb up his ass too. He's not stopping. Now you got to move. So 2 things. 1, if you haven't honed these skills, you're screwed. Because you can't be trying to duck walk your motorcycle out of that situation. That's first, which is another reason why we don't stop right on the top of the car in front of us. We want to have room, right? 2, even if you know how to do this stuff, if you're in 6th gear, you're not going anywhere. And now is not the time to try to do that. Every second counts out there. So what I want you guys to do, I want you to start where you started from before. You only have to get up to about 25 miles per hour. 25, 30, that's fine. Where I'm standing is where you're going to apply your brakes. All right? Come to a stop. At the same time, kick down. Now you're only going to be in 2nd, 3rd gear. So, but again, if you're on the highway and you're in 6th gear, that's why if you want to practice this, start at 2nd gear, 3rd gear, 4th, and then you can practice kicking down. Jamie.
On the downshifting, say you're in 6th gear and you're doing the emergency stop. You go 5, 4, 3.
No, you hold that clutch in the whole time.
Hold it in and go all the way down.
That's
to
right.
1.
Because we don't.
I was going to ask that. Do you want it to go all the way down?
All the way down.
Hold the clutch in the whole time.
That's right.
What I do. That's
Because think about that. What's always the step number 1 in everything we do out here?
cover your brake.
Make sure the motorcycle's in 1st gear. That's always step number 1. And the reason that's step number 1 is because it's important, because whenever we're going to do anything slow speed, we have to be in 1st gear. So if you're going to kick it down, you got to kick it all the way down.
Okay.
Fast as you can. All right? We don't want power going to the rear wheel at that point anyway, so we pull the clutch all the way in. You know, you're going fast, so you have momentum. You're fine. Now, once you're in 1st gear, if now you have to do a brake and escape, that's when you go back into the friction zone, do what you got to do.
Like
that's why we got to be able to do this.
If the guy's coming up on you from behind, you can get out of his way.
That's right. That's right. And that's why exercise number 5, the single serpentine, that's what that practice is for. You being able to manipulate your motorcycle. Okay? You have to be able to dip it and dive it. Okay? At slow speeds. All right. So, you guys clear? Any questions? Where I'm standing, as soon as you get to me, that's where you apply your brake. And we'll see the distance. Not a competition, but you know.
Front and rear.
Front and rear if you want, or just front. But you're not you and rear brake only. In this is emergency braking. And remember, that's where the power is, that front brake. All right, let's do it. All right, guys, exercise number 1.5, emergency braking. All right, good. Do that one more time. Reload, good. He was going faster than 25, I think so. Yeah, this is about 25. Beautiful. First gear you're in? All right, let's do it again. Now remember, guys, I was in the Highway Patrol, NYPD Highway Patrol. Yeah, he's way faster than 25. All right, you can park. Yeah? Excellent. All right, you can park. Now, guys, in the Highway Patrol, yes, we use radar and LiDAR to estimate your speed. I mean, sorry, to get your speed. But we also have to be trained in being able to estimate your speed. I was trained to recognize speed of moving vehicles, both daytime, nighttime conditions, stationary and moving, plus or minus 5 miles per hour, right? That's a requirement. Some people prior to me, plus or minus 3 miles per hour, all right? Because we have to be able to make an estimation with our eyes, and then it's backed up with the equipment. We can't just rely on the equipment. So that's why I know for a fact that Billy was going faster than 25 miles per hour. All right. But see, I'm glad you brought up the sand, because again, that's just another example of why we don't put our feet down. You know, if you get up to something where you have to make a turn on something like that, how are you gonna negotiate that? You're gonna do exercise number 4. Keep that motorcycle straight up, make that turn. We're not gonna lean, right? And we're damn sure not gonna put our feet out. Okay? All right, next exercise, again, very relevant. Exercise number 2, slow ride. Always relevant. And it's funny because in the private lessons I've been doing lately, I'm learning how so much so it's relevant, right? You guys can practice this all the time in traffic, not to the extreme because you know you're in traffic, but practice staying in the friction zone, moving your motorcycle nice and slow, right? I want you, when you're doing it today, to go so slow that you feel like you want to put your foot down, because the purpose of this exercise is to get you to, when you even think about doing that, fight that instinct. You're already preloaded. Just open your hand a little bit, go back into the friction zone, because when we're in the friction zone, the motorcycle wants to stand up and it wants to go straight, right? That's why sometimes when we're doing stuff out here, it makes sense to go out of the friction zone, because you might want to take power away from the rear wheel because you don't want the motorcycle to stand up. You want to do something, right? All right. Anyway, any questions? Nope. All right, let's do it. So Herman's already doing it, so awesome. I'm going to get close to him so you guys can hear. Go ahead. How steady his throttle is. Head and eyes straight ahead, always. Helps you with your balance. All right, outstanding. No reason for you to do that again. You can park. And Billy's already doing it too. Uh-oh. Keep it loaded, baby. Keep it loaded. Yep. Keep it loaded, good. Now I'm listening to his engine. If I hear it going, glug, 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 it's too low. Remember, listen to your engine. His head and his eyes are straight ahead. He's using that rear brake, very good. All right, you can park. All right, guys, easy peasy. I know this is your favorite exercise. Actually, you both did it well last time you were here. Trust and believe. Trust and believe. We're taking it up a notch now. Like I said, exercise number 2 is to get you to fight the instinct of putting your foot down when you feel uh-oh. Exercise number 3, I say we're taking it up a notch because now we're not going to be moving at all when we do this. All right? So step number 1 is always make sure the motorcycle's in first gear. Step number 2, we're going to cover the rear brake. Step number 3, preload and keep it loaded. Listen to that engine. When you were doing, Billy, when you were doing exercise number 2, a couple of times I heard your engine going cluck, 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 cluck. If you ever hear that, that's telling you it's too low. You got to bring the RPMs up. Remember, I don't want you to be excessively high, but I never want you to be at idle or just above idle, because now you're not giving yourself any margin for error. So if you're a little high, at least it's going to fluctuate. We're human. At least if it fluctuates, you're still going to be fine. Okay? And that's more important if you're doing a turn. If we're in the Snowman doing it, that's not the time for you to, you know what I mean, stall out.
I noticed last go around that was something I had to fight with, is keeping that steady.
That's it. And as time goes on, you're going to get accustomed to listening to your engine and seeing what it sounds like. And you're going to know it's a little low. It still happens to me too. It's going to happen. All right? All right. Make sure it's in first gear. Cover the rear brake. Preload, keep it loaded. Clutch right before the sweet spot. So I don't want you in the friction zone. I want you right before it. Because step number 5, you're going to pick up your left foot. The motorcycle is still not moving. I mean, when I say not moving, I don't want it moving an inch. I need you to trust and believe. I also don't want you to pick up your foot and then just let the clutch out. I need you to feel the motorcycle falling a little bit, because that's how we're going to get your brain to associate falling with this, not putting your foot out. Okay? And you can practice this anywhere. You don't need cones. It's beautiful. You're using that rear brake too, because once you do this, remember, whenever we start out doing something slow speed maneuvers, I want you to start out under control. So when you go into the friction zone, don't pop the clutch. Like I said, we don't do anything herky-jerky. You're already preloaded. We don't need a lot of power. We just need some power. But sometimes we open up the clutch a little bit too fast and we get too much, and that's where the rear brake comes in. It's going to help us control the motorcycle. First gear, cover the rear brake, preload, keep it loaded. Clutch right before the sweet spot. Pick up my foot. As soon as I feel it's going to fall. That's it. Make sure I'm in first gear. Cover the rear brake. Preload, keep it loaded. Clutch right before the sweet spot. Pick up my foot. One more time. First gear. Cover the rear brake. Preload, keep it loaded. Clutch right before the sweet spot. I just realized something. See, I'm always learning something. I'm always learning something.
Second one, you did real good on that second one. That was a pause.
So that's what I was going to say. The exercise number 3 also comes in handy. Sometimes when you guys see me doing exercise number 4 and I'm making that turn and I'm just sitting still, that's exercise number 3. It's the same thing. I'm going to sit like that until I feel the motorcycle starting to fall. And then all I have to do is let the clutch out a little bit. It'll stand me up, use the rear brake, and I can stay there a little bit longer. You're really playing. You're using the two things against each other. The power to the rear wheel and the rear brake. That's what's stabilizing me. And then sometimes I lose my balance. Now I got to turn the handlebars, but that's what it's all about, okay? All right, these cones right here. Let's do it. Look at Herman's U-turns, it's just perfect. Everything looks so good, Herman. The U-turns, everything. That's all right. Let it out! So now what happened there?
Didn't trust and believe in that.
You let the throttle out. You didn't keep it loaded.
I got you.
Remember, the only time,
Throttle out
yeah,
rather than the clutch.
the only time your motorcycle is going to stop is if you don't give it throttle. Power to the rear wheel. So we have to preload and keep it loaded. Preload, preload. Too low. Give me some more preload. All right, stop. If I see a motorcycle going down like this, you're in the friction zone. Okay. I don't want you in the friction zone. Okay? Right before it. Preload. You hear how low your throttle is, very low. Give me some more preload. More. There we go. Keep it like that. Keep it like that. There we go. All right, let's go, Billy. By the way, guys, I already had to tell Billy once his motorcycle was on. See how Billy pulls up? Exercise number 1 into exercise number 2. Always relevant. All right, first gear, cover the rear brake. Preload, keep it loaded. Make sure your head and eyes are looking at my camera. Say cheese. Keep it loaded, more. Keep it loaded, more. There we go. Keep it like that. Let it out, let it out. All right, the throttle was low. All right, he recovered, but we got to make sure we keep it loaded. And I know how it is. We're thinking so much about the second step, we forget about the first, which is keeping it loaded. Got to keep it loaded. There we go. Perfect. Perfect, Herman. Okay, good. Keep it right there. Keep it there. You pick up your foot, keep it there. Keep it. Let it out, let it out. Oh. Trust and believe. Trust and believe. There we go. And listen, if you want to throttle it some more, because it makes you feel good, that's fine. Okay, we got another front brake grab here. All right. How do I know that? He's got both his feet out as he's pulling up. All right. Good. Keep that throttle up. Let it out, let it out. Nice, nice. Very nice. Nice and controlled. Yep, right before it. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful. That last one was perfect. It's like you picked your foot up like this. We're like ballet dancers out here. I say it all the time. Nice, nice, nice. No, don't try to pull up like that. Turn it off. I got it, I got it.
You got it? I want to see you do it that
Now you guys know that I want to try picking up this motorcycle the way I've been doing it for all week now.
the forward way.
Yeah. No more bending down like this. No.
Okay.
Very simple. Turn these handlebars like this. Now when I did a video on this, the mistake I made with Violet, I still got her up. But because it's heavy, I'm thinking I got to be like this, when actually you should be close to the motorcycle. So your left hand, if it's on this side, is going on this handlebar. The left hand's going to be pushing. Right hand, you're going to be pulling. You have to do all of this simultaneously. Push with this hand, pull with this hand. This leg is kind of straight, and you're just going to walk forward. All right? 1, 2, 3. Yep. So much easier. I mean, when I say so much easier, I'm not exaggerating. It is ridiculously easy. All right, get back on this thing, Billy. What'd you do wrong?
Was I looking down?
No, you just didn't keep it loaded. Remember, your motorcycle is not going to fall for any other reason other than there's no power going to the rear wheel. That's not my opinion. Kickstand. So preload, keep it loaded. And keep it loaded. Keep it right there. There we go. All right, guys, we're going to move on to exercise number 4. Everybody's favorite. Right turns, left turns from a stop. All right, guys, bring it in. You can walk or ride. It doesn't matter. Here we go. Another front brake grab. So Herman doesn't understand that we're in a learning, training environment. And what that means is every time you get on your motorcycle to move it, I don't care if you're moving it from here to here. Exercise number 1 to exercise number 2. For a short distance, that's what you're going to be doing. And that means both feet up, right? Because we don't do this. This is not the Flintstones, and we know that this is not safe. Now, of course, he's safe here. But again, we play how we practice. So if you get in the habit of always doing that, Herman, your bike's on. Well, we'll see. Nobody's going to be 6. Nobody's going to be 6. I doubt it. Unless they do it on purpose. All right. Exercise number 4, guys. Right turns, left turns from a stop. everybody's, it seems to be the biggest, nemesis. But again, if we apply what we did over there, that's why I like to see people do exercise number 2 and go as slow as they can. Because remember, all this is exercise number 2 and turning the handlebars. That's all it is. Now the mistake people make with this is, and I see it a lot, when we're doing exercise number 2, and I'm watching people, that's why I always walk on the right side of you, because I'm looking at your rear brake, seeing if you're using it. A lot of people start, their feet are on the floor, but it's not even on the rear brake. Remember, the rear brake is for control. So when you're in a situation like this where it's, I'm going to use the word tight, but I use that term loosely. It's really not tight. You don't have the benefit of giving yourself a lot of speed, because speed takes up space. We don't have a lot of space here, right? So that's why whenever I start anything slow speed like this, I'm starting on the brake already, right? I'm already on the brake. That way, if I pop my clutch a little too much, sometimes you give it a little too much power. That's why you see people, their brain is saying go this way, and they go like this. Some of them go straight. Sometimes it's a balance issue, but it's also too much speed. Because remember, speed makes your motorcycle want to stand up and go straight. And we want to turn. So really, if you want to go fast and turn, you can't turn the handlebars like this. That's where counter steering comes in, right? So we need to actually turn the handlebars. So there's 8 steps to this exercise. Step number 1 is always step number 1. What's step number 1, Herman? Always.
First gear.
Make sure the motorcycle's in first gear. Always step number 1. Step number 2, Herman, cover the rear brake, correct? Step number 3, preload and keep it loaded. And keep it loaded. So the situation that both of you guys had in exercise number 3 is the keeping it loaded part. And I do understand, because people are so, all right, pick up my foot. You're thinking about all the other stuff. You totally forget about this. Your hand just goes like this, right? So keep it loaded. Step number 4, head and eyes. Look in the direction that you want to go. So Billy looks down a lot, so I'll be looking at Billy. He thinks the shades are going to hide it, but I can see. Sometimes his head is one way, but the eyes are another. Wherever your eyes are, that's where you're going to go. So head and eyes. Step number 5, clutch right before the sweet spot, okay? 6, slowly release the clutch into the friction zone. Now, Billy, sometimes I see when you start to move, again, I need you to trust and believe, but this is not a trust and believe moment. As soon as you feel the motorcycle start to move, pick up your foot. And sometimes I see you do this, Billy. Right? There's no reason to keep your foot on the ground as long as possible. Because trust me, once your motorcycle starts to move, you already know you're okay. Because you have power going to the rear wheel. Now you're the boss. You're taking over. Right? Step number 7, as soon as the motorcycle starts to move, pick up your foot. And step number 8, turn the handlebars. You have to turn the handlebars. Now 3 things are going to determine the radius of your turn, how fast you're going, how much you turn your handlebars, how much you lean the motorcycle. Exercise number 4, 3, 2, 1. You don't have to lean the motorcycle at all here, okay? And I really don't want you guys to lean the motorcycle. I want you to practice staying straight up. When you see me do those exercises, when you see me do in those videos where I'm just riding through a crowd nice and slow, everything straight up, obviously it has to be because I'm in a crowd of people. So if I go to Daytona and I ride down that, whatever, I'm going to have both my feet up nice and easy because that's exercise number 2. That's what I want you guys to do here, right? Now, I often tell people, you're not pulling a trailer, so you don't have to get all the way over here to make a left turn. However, if you're comfortable doing that, if that's going to help you, I want you to do that. Because at the end of the day, this is not a competition. But what I'm really concerned about with this exercise is, when I was in Tennessee, and we were about to go onto the Dragon, and we left that parking lot, we made a right turn, right? Now, in my opinion, plenty of room, way more room than this. And a few people that I was riding with, way over the double yellow line. Now, all that means is they need to practice. And if they practice in the confines of this, 7.5 feet, that's going to seem like nothing. And that's why we practice, right? Because they just lack the basic fundamentals. I already know 0 to 10 miles per hour, motorcycle riders don't like that range. They don't like the way it makes them feel. So how do they deal with that fear or that discomfort? Either they put both their feet out, which is not going to help you when you're trying to make a turn, or they just move faster. Moving faster is just going to make your turn wider. And that's what they all did. And that's why they're all the way over here. When if they just use the rear brake to control their speed, that turn's going to be a lot tighter, right? All right, so that's why everything we do here is a reason. Every exercise, one builds on top of the other in a specific order. So this is not just done haphazardly. It's a reason for it. All right, so what I want you guys to do first, ride through here. Just go straight through. Now, I know sometimes, I know Herman's definitely going to put a little bit of lean when he goes straight through, and that's fine. No big deal. I don't want you guys to get too close to this cone, all right? I want you to act like this is a pole, and I want you to go around it, all right? The second time you guys come through, I want you to stop, and then you're going to make a left turn and a right turn from a stop. Now, again, there's a line here. You can come to the line, or if you want, you can stop right here, because at the end of the day, I want you to be comfortable. And in the real world, if you're going to stop here, this way I want you to stop. No, it's not a problem, right? Right, left, and then lastly, I want you guys to stop, make a turn, and then stop right there. And the reason I added that exercise is because I noticed that people would make this turn, and if they felt, uh-oh, they would just open up the clutch and fly through and hit this last cone or just miss it. So in that moment, they're not in control. And I need you to be in control all the time. You make this turn, and then something happens where you have to stop. If you practice all the time, you'll know there's no reason to panic, grab the front brake, grab the clutch, which people do, and that's why the motorcycle falls, and then they want to blame whoever got in front of them, you know, mistakenly, when really, if they just knew how to ride the motorcycle, they wouldn't have dropped the motorcycle. All right, so I'm going to run through it, showing you what I want you to do, and then you can show me how you're going to do it. First time, straight through. Head and eyes. Come to a stop, make sure you're in first gear. Cover the rear brake. Preload, keep it loaded. Clutch right before the sweet spot. Head and eyes. As soon as the motorcycle starts to move, pick up this foot, turn the handlebars. And now I'm good. And then last, I want you to come to a stop. All right, so one more thing. You guys remember the video I did when I said to you, I did a video on bringing your motorcycle to a comfortable, smooth stop. A lot of people go and stop their motorcycle, and then it gets to that, uh-oh, and they start going like this, and you see the feet come out. And I said, how do you handle that? Billy, how do you handle that?
Brake and throttle.
That's right. Because if you ever feel, uh-oh, the answer is always go back into the friction zone, give power to the rear wheel. But in this case, we want to stop. So, Robert, why am I going to provide power to the rear wheel if I'm trying to stop? 30% power, 70% rear brake. So your throttle, you'll hear your throttle up, but you're slowing down at the same time, and you keep your throttle up until you actually stop, then come off the throttle. And that's also how you handle a situation where you go to make a turn, you're in a lean, and then people see something and they go, oh crap. And what they do is they panic, grab brake, front brake, they take power away from the rear wheel, the motorcycle falls, and then they want to curse out the person that's not even right in front of them. They're like all the way up there, but they just panicked. It's the same thing. You get into that situation, go back into the friction zone, rear brake, straighten the handlebars, come to a stop. All right, so I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make a turn with a lean, and then come out of the lean, come to a stop. You're gonna hear my engine. I'm gonna be in the throttle all the way until the time I stop. She's all yours, Herman and Billy. You guys can just go right behind one another. Nice, Billy. Go. I want you to go straight through right, straight through left, and then do this light and left. Wait, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Either way you're gonna do it, it doesn't matter. Head and eyes, you're looking right down, man. Keep it loaded, baby. You went through already? Go through this way now. Yeah, straight through. Keep it loaded, baby. Keep it loaded. Now he's got some nice tab performance on his motorcycle, so you can hear when his throttle goes down. As soon as his throttle goes down, his foot went down. Head and eyes. Herman is staring at the ground like no tomorrow.
Left or right?
Nice. Head and eyes. Look up there. Okay, so I don't know if you guys noticed, but well, I'm sure you noticed, when I was making that turn and I was moving, trying to stay still, and then my balance went to the right, and then I went like this, and then I went like this again. Okay, a couple of things are happening there. Firstly, as I'm doing that, that's me practicing not only keeping the motorcycle still, but I'm practicing how to subtly press my rear brake. Because if I press it too hard, it's going to throw me off balance. So Billy, when you come through here, I remember we went over this before. Yep. I'm looking at your suspension going like this. Not a huge deal, but I want you to try to do this nice and smooth. So you're dragging the rear brake while you're doing it. That way you don't have to worry about, doing that. Just keep pressure on it. Yeah, keep pressure on it, right? As soon as you're about right here, you're good. You can just come off the brake altogether and move on with your life, okay? All right, yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Let's do it. So now you're coming to a stop, right, Billy? Okay. Head and eyes. Head and eyes, Herman, head and eyes. I keep seeing that finger on that front brake. It's okay though. Keep it loaded. Good. So you hear Billy's throttles going up, down, up, down. So that's what he's got to work on, keeping it steady, keeping it loaded. Head and eyes, get your head up, Herman. Good, much better. That was beautiful. And that turn was smooth for him because he kept his foot on the brake steadily. He didn't jerk it. Keep it loaded. Good. Do this to a stop. Perfect. Let's try it again. Okay. Okay, so Billy, well, first of all, do you know what happened there?
Was I too far to the right?
No. What actually happened is you did exercise number 3 here. So you're actually making it more difficult than it has to be. You picked up your foot when the motorcycle wasn't moving, and then when you felt it getting ready to fall, you said, oh crap. And you hit the throttle, and then you hit the rear brake hard. So remember, if you're making a left turn, your motorcycle is already kind of leaned a little bit to the left because this foot is down, right? When you pick up this foot, just make sure you don't pick it up like this, because people do that, and now you're throwing your balance to the right, all right, and it throws you off balance. That's kind of what happened here too. All right, let's try that again. And make sure you keep it loaded. I love those tire performance. I can always hear when it goes down.
They tell the truth.
Yes. Front brake. Head and eyes. Good, good, Good? Okay. It's okay. Morning. Feel free to get in here. That's right. Look at me, Herman, the whole time. Outstanding. See, even in this exercise, we're starting, we're stopping, we're doing exercise 1, 2, always relevant. All right, front brake. Try it again. Yeah. Very nice. Yeah, all right, you're done here. Unless you just want to do it. Throttle, throttle, throttle. Try it again. RPMs, you gotta keep it loaded, baby. Nice, Herman. Slow and controlled. Beautiful. Come here. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. Good. Keep it loaded. Try it again. The problem that Billy's having is the initial takeoff. He's taking off too fast, but then he doesn't know how to subtly use that rear brake. All right. All right, guys, we're gonna move on to exercise number 5, single serpentine. All right, listen. Excellent job over there. I knew it would be. So, Billy, what I see your issue is, especially going right, is that initial burst. And once you feel that initial burst, then you come down hard on the rear brake. So now you're pretty much, you know, and it's kind of, yeah. If you could just start out smooth. Remember, that's why we say step number 6 is slowly release the clutch into the friction zone. And then 7, as soon as you feel the motorcycle start to move, pick up your foot. So it's all nice and subtle.
Like you said,
right?
dancing.
Yeah, it's dancing. We're like ballerinas out here, or ballet dancers. Okay. All right. Now, this is what Billy was fearing for no reason at all. Well, there was a reason, but exercise number 5, single serpentine. So now I want you guys to dip and dive your motorcycles. Okay, 15 feet apart. That's how the cones are. You guys are going to be coming toward me. As you're coming toward me, I'm going to be standing behind this camera. I want you looking at the camera. I always say look at me, but for some reason, people don't want to look at me. So look at the camera, right? The whole time you're riding, your peripheral vision, don't worry about it. It'll pick up the cones. And I want you to go out wide so it forces you to lean. Because people are going to want to have the tendency to go straight and fast. And they're going to be straight up and just clipping the cones as they go down. I want you all the way out here. And I want you to make your turns a little early too. Don't make them late. Because if you make your turn on the first one here, it's going to catch you eventually unless you really lean the motorcycle. So, of course, it's still possible, but I'd like you to work smarter, not harder. Okay? We'll do it a couple of times, and then we'll move on to what you really want to do. The infamous. I'm not going to say the whole title, but you know what it is. So I'm just going to run through it right quick. And, yeah, you guys are going to be going down that way, so you can head down there if you want. right. Good. I want him to go out a little bit wider. Go out a little bit wider. And don't worry about these cars. Cars weigh 2 pounds. The motorcycle's 900. You'll be all right. Nice. There we go. Head and eyes. Look at me. See, Herman thinks I can't see. He's looking down because he got shades on, but I'm looking at his head. Nice. Very nice. So I know we're not going to be on this long. There we go. Now he starts out wide, and I want him to stay wide. Good. Much better. See how close he is to the cone now? See the difference? Ah. Oh. Yeah. Just got to slow down. Thank you. So see how we're going out wider? It makes it a little bit more difficult, but again, if you slow down, it's fine. That's all that is speed. He's going a little too fast. Thank you, Jamie, for assisting. It's V.I.Preloader Jamie. Nice. Nice and wide. See? Up, up, up. So he's already close to this cone. He's looking at him, too. Good. Better. Oh, man, I wish we had Barber CVO 19 in this. This is just wasted time. He could be in. It's a beautiful day. His motorcycle has a full tank of gas. Actually, I wanted to do this on your motorcycle. Let's try it again. You're still clipping cones. I want him to do it clean. I'm going to have him do it one more time. Herman is always like, okay, next. Let's go. Let's go. But Billy starts out nice and wide, but he's going fast. I think he might be starting that first turn too late. And that's why he's putting him right on top of the cone in front of him. All right, this is better. Good. All right. All right. So guys, we're all at different levels. There's never any judgment. But when it comes to this exercise, I'm not going to the next one until we get it clean. I want perfection when it comes to the single serpentine. Because remember, this is the exercise where if you're out there and you need to do some quick maneuvers, I'm not talking about when you're going fast enough where you're just pushing the handlebars. I'm talking about slow enough where you have to actually turn the handlebars. That's what this is about. All right, exercise number 6. No. Yeah, exercise number 6. Infamous U-turn, baby. All right, guys. So if you hear that noise in the background, no, it's not a landscaper. People come out here and they drag race remote control cars. They're very fast. So they need the ground to be free of debris. So that's what's going on over there. And we're kind of sharing the space, so we're good. Okay, exercise number 6. Yes, losing my mind. The infamous U-turn. Now, like I always say, guys, nothing changes as far as what we're doing with technique. The reason why we do this now and not right away is we want to make sure we already are kind of used to listening to the engine, making sure our throttle is where we want it. RPMs, I should say. When you pull in here, however your RPMs are as you pull up, that's how they should stay, unless they're too low pulling up. But I don't want them to be, right? Pull in here, head and eyes. And I don't want you to turn slow. Head and eye, you don't have to jerk it either, but head and eye, you don't have to jerk your head. Head and eyes, handlebars, right? Now, 27 feet is the amount of space that we have in here. If you want to try it in 18 feet, which I'm sure Herman might try, then this is your box right here. If you really want to challenge yourself, don't go past this line. Now remember, guys, what is there for you to hit out here? Nothing, except a cone. And my cones don't like being stared at, but they don't mind being hit. So don't worry about hitting the cone. As a matter of fact, if you just happen to look down and see you're about to hit a cone, I'd rather you open up your clutch and ride through out of the exercise than put your foot down. All right, that's the goal, not to put your foot down. Look at my camera the whole time. Remember, guys, if I ask you to do something, I need you to be consistent in doing it. So when I say head and eyes, handlebars, look consistently. Don't do this, or with your eyes. When you turn your handlebars, keep them turned. Now, Like I said, 27 feet is enough space. You have margin for error. So even if you do this, you should still make it if you have the motorcycle straight up. So don't come in here going too fast either, because then you're losing space. Okay? Of course, you're going to be fine, Herman. Any questions? Oh, please. All right, let me run through it. Now, I like having my street glide when I do this because of the tab performance. It's nice and loud. Listen to my throttle. I'm always trying to keep it the same. There's going to be fluctuations. As I'm approaching, you're going to hear it, hear it, hear it. I'm going to make the U-turn. It's going to be the same. Remember, you don't have to lean a lot to do this. You don't have to fully lock your handlebars either. Okay? I want everybody to be comfortable. I did it yesterday. I'm going for a ride. I realize I'm going the wrong way, or I want to go the other way. I'm on a country road. For those of you that don't know what a country road is, it's one lane in each direction, solid double yellow line in the middle. That's a country road. It's about 24 feet wide, 23 feet wide, right? I want you to be comfortable enough to make a U-turn on a road like that. If something's happening and you got to hurry up and make a U-turn, it should be like, let me make a U-turn. It shouldn't be like, screw it, I'm just going to dump the bike and run, because there's no way I'm going to make that U-turn. That's what this is about, okay? All right. Listen to the engine. I'm on my rear brake when I need it, right? Not going too fast, head and eyes, just a slight lean and I'm fine. Now I'm gonna make that same U-turn within the confines of 18 feet. My speed's not gonna change, my throttle's not gonna change. Right? As long as it's steady, sufficient power, you're fine. All right. All right, guys, so when you come in here, left turn, make a left turn. Second time you come in, stop right here, make a left turn from a stop. Third time, stop right there, make a U-turn, stop. And then right turn, same thing. Any questions? Let's do it. Let me get out of the way because head and eyes, Herman. Herman will not turn his head. He will not turn his head. Nice, very nice. Nice and smooth too. I know you're gonna go for it, I see it already. Now look where Billy stopped. So this U-turn is less than 27 feet. Right? Nice, very nice. No head and eyes. Do that again. Good, good, good. Much better. Beautiful. Yeah, you want to go for it. I can see it. Excellent. You can do it again if you want. No, you can do it inside if you want. Nice. Very nice. Oh yeah, he's going for it. Head and eyes, Herman. Herman would be surprised how easy this would be, how easier it would be if he turned his head and his eyes. Trust and believe, Herman. You'd be amazed how much easier this would be if you turned your head and your eyes. Just do it. Trust me. There's nothing for you to hit.
I did it last time.
Yeah. Head and eyes. Look at me. Look at me. Keep looking at me. Keep looking at me. You're not looking at me. You're looking down there. Look at me. And this is Herman, guys. He's going to keep going. Look at my hat. Keep looking at it. And you got to keep it loaded too. Do everything you were doing, just turn your head, that's all. Look at this hat. Good. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. Got it. Now you just got to lean more.
My head ain't in it today.
I see, I see. Head and eyes, look at the camera. Lean, baby, lean. There we go. All right, Billy. Oh, broken clock theory. Even the broken clock is right twice a day. Much better. All right. He had to get that out of his system. I understand. John, what's going on, bud?
You're live on Instagram.
I'm the boss of my bike.
Yeah, go right.
Sorry.
Woo! Keep it loaded, baby. That's all you got to do, and you're good. Trust and believe. Head and eyes, head and eyes. Good, good, good. Very nice. Very nice. Doing it from a stop? Nice. Billy's head and his eyes are way better. Way better. What's your BPM? 153? Easy, easy. There we go. Trust and believe. And you're coming to a stop, right? Right over here. Here. Beautiful. Head and eyes. That's right. Before you even move, you're looking. Trust and believe, baby. I see what he's doing wrong, and I'm going to go over it with him. All right, Herman. I see what you're doing now. You're doing the same thing this other guy was doing. You're making this scarier than it has to be.
Yeah.
What's happening is you're starting out very slow, and then when you feel falling, then you're trying to give it power. Start out at a good clip and stay at that clip. You should be fine. Much better. That's okay. It's much better. If you want to, go ahead. What's up, brother?
How you doing, bro? Marty, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I just see what y'all had going on. I didn't know. You do this here regular?
Yeah, every week.
Every week?
For the most part, motorcycle. I have a YouTube channel, and I'm a retired motorcycle lieutenant from the NYPD. So most people want to ride like motor officers. I don't teach people how to ride like motor officers. I teach them how to ride comfortably at slow speeds. Because when you go fast, the motorcycle takes care of everything. Slowing down, you see people putting their feet out and stuff. They really don't know how to operate the motorcycle. That's all we do, and it's all positivity. It's a whoa, whoa, whoa. Come on, Herman, you got this. It's all positivity. No judgment, nothing like that. So it makes people, it's a better learning environment when people can just relax.
How much is your class?
Well, if you're subscribed to my channel, it's free. Okay. Yeah, you ride?
Yeah, oh yeah.
What do you ride?
I ride a Harley, Ultra Classic.
Oh man, yeah, you got to come on out, man.
My wife is the one I'm really looking.
She rides?
Yeah, she rides, but she hasn't rode in a long time.
Okay.
And she hasn't got her license.
Okay.
But she was looking to take the Harley course.
Yeah.
And then trying to get her license, but maybe if she could get in something like this, it would get her built up better.
Here's what she should do. Here's a card. You have to have your endorsement to do this.
Oh, you have to have your endorsements.
So what would help, believe me, it does help a lot of people. Watch the videos. Because I record the whole thing. Yeah. And then that way people that from other countries or whatever, they can actually benefit from what we're doing out here and then go out and practice it. All right, so yeah, definitely. And I look forward to seeing you out here. I really do. Yeah. Because there's people that aren't from around here. Like this guy's 4 hours away. People rode here from Texas. And it drives them crazy that people that are from here are not out here because they don't know about it, all right?
Well, we from Brunswick, but...
that's close enough.
Yeah,
that's close enough. Nice to meet you, brother.
Nice to meet you.
All right.
Thanks for what you're doing.
Thank you. Woo!
Do it once and I can't do it.
All right, guys, we're going to move on to exercise number 7, the figure 8. Herman he's determined. I'll end it right after he tries this one more time. Trust and believe, baby. All right, guys, Herman was nice enough to let me ride his motorcycle, see how it feels. Different kind of motorcycle, of course, not a bagger. What do I always say? Rules don't change, right? Trust and believe. Now his turning radius is nowhere near what a Harley's is, so you have to lean more. Let's make some right turns. Can't just make left turns. I can still listen to his engine. Of course, it's not as loud, but I can hear it. Let me see something. All right, that's it. Nice. Different, but nice. All right, guys, I'm laughing because Herman left his bike on again. And so did Billy. So I think we're two and two. All right, it's a race to the end. All right. Exercise number 7, guys. Again, Herman, thank you for trusting me to ride your bike. I appreciate it. I enjoyed it. But the funny thing is, guys, off camera, I did this this figure 8, and I went to turn, and I forgot the turning is a lot less. So you just have to remember, 3 things are going to determine the radius of your turn. How much you turn your handlebars. Well, first and foremost, your speed. How much you turn the handlebars. How much you lean the motorcycle. So obviously, if his handlebars don't turn as much as a Harley Davidson does, that means I'm going to have to lean more, right? My speed is always going to be the same. But if I want to make an 18-foot U-turn, you ain't doing that straight up because the handlebars don't turn a lot. So you have to lean more. The good news is his motorcycle has a much, much better leaning radius than a Harley Davidson. Much better. So as long as you don't have that feeling of falling, you'll be fine. That's where trust and believe comes in, right? All right. He also doesn't have any engine guards or anything. So when he goes over, he's going over. He does have, I was about to say, he does have some things near the engine. So that it'll fall on that. So that's actually good. Because without that, then it is all the way over. All right, guys. So again, nothing changes here. This is the same width as the U-turn you just did. Now, I don't know if you noticed this, Billy, but when you did the U-turn left stopping, the first time you did it, here's the line. You stopped right here. And then when you went to make the U-turn, you just made it. You were right here. But that's a country road because you started all the way in here. So that's like 24 feet, 23 feet. The next time you can, and that's the funny thing is Herman came right after you. He was all the way on that line. So I don't know if you knew that.
No, I didn't even think about it.
Exactly. And that's why, that's one of the benefits. Yeah, that's one of the,
That's what I did last time.
yeah, that's one of the benefits of coming here and practicing and having it recorded. You can go back home and reevaluate what you did. And I think what Billy said made a lot of sense. He said the last time he was here, it's one thing to be here trying to concentrate on doing stuff, listen to me blabber, and put it all together. When you go home, you can relax and look at it. Now you could go, oh, I see what he's talking about. Plus, not only that, half the time when you guys are doing stuff, I'm talking to the camera and you don't hear that. So all of that stuff together is just going to help you out. We're hitting this from all angles, okay? All right, when you come in here, guys, you're going to go to the corner. And that's the last corner you're going to look at, okay? Look at this corner, go to it. Use all the space that you need. I used to say use all the space you have, but everybody doesn't need all of the space. So use all the space you need. Don't rip yourself off. Head and eyes. You're looking at this first green cone. I know it's behind you, but you'll see it. And I know Herman's not going to look at it until he's coming right for it. Head and eyes. Use all of the space if you need it. Hold it. Hold your turn. Hold it. Hold it. Remember, we're not going to that corner, so don't start coming out. Hold it. Hold it. So now, when it's time to transition, head and eyes, now you're going to be looking at that green cone. I know it's in front of you. Just keep looking. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Use all the space that you need. Hold it. Hold it. We're going for that cone. Don't go over there. Not yet. Hold it. All right. Transition. Now you're going to do the same thing again. And then you go out. You're holding the turn so that you make it so that the next turn is not going to be so tight. If you just, could you go right to it? Yeah, but then you're doing a lot of leaning. I'm going to call it Herman leaning. Doing a lot of leaning. Again, listen to your engine. Keep it steady. Keep it loaded. So important. Not too much speed. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Transition. Hold it. Hold it. Transition. And then you go out. Now if I do it tighter, nothing changes except the lead. Nice and smooth. His throttle is steady. It's okay, you're good, you're good. There we go. Trust and believe, and you did. Good. And you're good. Go ahead out. Now what Herman did there, he did what I did before. Last time I did an exercise where I was doing this exercise, but I had it all tight, motor officer specifications. I held the turn too long. That's one of those instances where I had to squeeze the clutch in, take power away from the rear wheel so I can stop power, no power, squeeze the clutch in, turn the handlebars, and then lean and go. That's what Herman just did. Trust and believe. These things are so relevant. Remember guys, I don't want you to go too fast, but I also don't want you to go too slow. Billy, remember. Remember, Billy. Okay, Billy just grabbed his front brake in front of me again. So I'm convinced. And he was duck walking when he did it. I'm convinced he's just messing with me now. Okay, listen. Remember, I don't want you to go too fast, but I also don't want you to go too slow. So you're going too slow coming around there. All right, let's give a little bit of speed.
Yeah, okay, so when I'm at this angle, do I take a sharp right towards you over here?
When you're when you talk about when you make the first turn?
Yeah, or am I headed towards the cone?
The green cone.
So I'm heading towards
The first green cone. Then you come around, you're headed towards the second green cone.
that one, come around. That one.
And then wash, rinse, repeat.
And that's where I keep on, I keep on.
Keep it loaded. Herman, you're good with that throttle. It's like steady. Keep it loaded. Good, good. Come to me. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. Come to me. Look at the exit. Look at the exit. He's got to do that again. He everything right except right there. That was good. That was excellent. Excellent. Had an eyes, Herman. Look at the exit. Beautiful. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. So Billy, you're starting your turn here. That's why that's so tight. Use all the space that you have. Come over here, make this turn. You should be this close to these cones. If you don't have to be that close over there, fine. But you don't want to force yourself to have to be close by giving it away over here. You hear Herman giving coaching tips? Each one teach one, people. Good, good. See how much room he's got over there now? Plenty of room. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. So right now Herman is giving Billy some tips on something. Each one teach one, people. I love it. I love it. not only does somebody always know something that you don't, but sometimes you both know the same thing, but the other person is able to deliver it in a way that resonates with you. You get it for some reason. For some reason, you get it the way they explained it versus the way someone else explained it. Sometimes it's because they have a better delivery. Sometimes it's because you like the cadence of their voice. You like the way they look physically. I'm telling you, it could be a bunch of things that make something in your brain get it, pay more attention, whatever. Hold up. Are you ripping off Preloader Nation, just sharing something with Billy and nobody else? Okay. Huh? Okay, good.
You want me to go?
Yeah, of course.
It might work.
I think that Herman told him, don't use your head and your eyes. Just look down, you'll be fine. Good, good, good. Good, good. And that happens. That's one of those situations where you have to squeeze the clutch in and then just let the motorcycle fall and catch it with the clutch.
His preload sounded good on that one.
Yeah, much better. Beautiful. Beautiful. Good, 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 good.
Definitely holds it better.
You good? You want to go again? You good or you want to go again?
We do it one more time.
Come on. Good, look at me. He's good, good. Look at the exit. Exit. Beautiful, beautiful.
Just that little hint, he told me that's helping. About holding
Did
my
he tell you about that front brake? Because I keep seeing it get dragged. I said, I know what Herman said. Don't head and eyes. Forget about that. Just look down. You'll be all right.
There's my wife.
Oh, okay.
Next time I see you, I'll be on my bike.
That sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan.
Nice meeting you, man.
Nice to meet you, man.
Y'all be safe going back.
I'd like to stay the whole time, but I promise to.
No,
take you to
absolutely.
Tybee Island.
Absolutely.
Oh, you're on vacation.
Hey,
It's Sunday.
yeah.
It's great to see you, man.
You too, man. Very nice meeting you.
And I am so proud to have met you.
Oh, that's
And
Thank
you're
you very
a
much.
great guy.
Thank
And,
you.
Look forward to seeing you again on my bike. Y'all be safe.
All right, be careful. Herman, another thing is I noticed that you have, if this is your brake, you have this much of your foot on it. So it's harder for you to be gentle with it. Just try the ball of your foot. Yeah, or the tip. Yeah. Okay, tell us what, oh, you know what? Let me turn the camera around so you can tell Preloader Nation. Okay.
When I was telling him, when I ride this without my cruise control, this throttle is so sensitive,
Yeah.
it's hard to hold it still. So I, just like what you were talking about, that piece you put on your bike, it adds that little bit of friction.
Yeah.
I put my hand up against this, and when you squeeze the throttle, it pinches your hand up, and it almost works like a little throttle lock.
Okay, yeah.
And it helps you. That's what I was telling him. Yeah. If you once you set your throttle where you want and you squeeze, and it'll pinch your hand on there, and it actually will keep that throttle.
Did that work for you, Billy?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely, you know, of course, I'm letting go sometimes.
But
I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
Kind of keeping that pressure on there. So.
Okay, each one teach one. I love it. All right, guys, we're going to move on to exercise number 8, offset double serpentine. So I noticed that when you were in the figure 8, and you went to make the first turn, you came around, went around. When you came around the second time, you were getting close to the cones, and if you didn't turn your handlebars and lean more, you wouldn't have made it.
Right.
And you turned your handlebars and leaned them. You didn't have to lean a lot more. That's what I mean when I say a boss knows what to do, when to do, and how to do it. So that's huge. That's huge. If you didn't progress any further than where you are, as far as that's concerned, you're good. You could turn your motorcycle, you could lean your motorcycle, you can go slow and control your motorcycle. That's really what we want everybody to do. Because the other stuff will come, and even if it doesn't, that foundation is, you're good. You're better than most people, I can tell you that much. All right? Okay. Again, this is the offset double serpentine, exercise number 8. And what's familiar, or what it has in common with the figure 8, is that whole hold it thing. Hold it. When you come through here, again, I don't want you to go right for the cones. I want you to go opposite of those cones. I want you to come over here and come over here. Now, I tell people to come over here, and they go, okay. They come over here, and I'm going like this. Come on, come on. And they go, screw you, Rob. And they already start their turn. It's not what I want you to do. I want you to hold it. Don't hold it yet. Come toward me, turn. So now, by the time you get to these cones, your motorcycle is facing this way, or at least this way. I don't want you coming through here like this. Because now, this is because remember, you're trying to go back to where you came from. That's a big turn, right? However, if you're coming through like this, much easier. Head and eyes, look where you came from. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Just like the figure 8, hold it. I don't care if you get all the way right here and transition from here. Because the further you are away from that, I mean, you could come through this really already turning. Head and eyes, look where you came from. Hold it, hold it. Hold it. Transition. Look at that. Look how far I am. So that turn is way easier. Now, most people have a problem with the hold it, because it's requiring them to keep the handlebars turned longer, and they don't like the way that feels. But you've already demonstrated, based on the U-turn, based on the figure 8, you don't have a problem with that. So this shouldn't be a problem. Okay? Now, if you want to challenge yourself and go right for it later on, or even to begin with, that's fine. But it's much easier to just go opposite. Yes. And it's not even that hot today. That's why the breeze actually feels good. Hold it. Hold it. Transition. Hold it. Transition. Listen to my throttle. Steady. Herman up. Hey guys, Herman's not going to turn his head. Some things you just have to accept. And I'm accepting that Herman's not going to turn his head and his eyes as much as I want him to. And he's good. You can see. I always say, is it absolutely necessary to turn your head and your eyes? And the answer is no, if you know what you're doing. But then the safety aspect of it is, I want you to see what the hell's going on before you commit to a turn. Oh, whoa, whoa, hold it. Hold it, Billy. Hold it.
Oh, he's coming back.
I'm going to give him a ticket when he comes back.
Well, I guess he thought you did it, that's why.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, warning and admonish, no ticket.
I'll go out. I'll go.
Nah, do it and come back. Excellent. Excellent. I see how he's going straight towards it now? Because he's not holding it long enough. He'll still be fine. It's going to be a lot more work now. See the angle in which he's approaching the gate? It makes him have to make a much sharper turn to get to the next gate. Throttle, throttle. All right, missed the last one? Yeah. There we go, much better. But now you have to keep doing that. There we go. Much better on this approach. Very nice. See how wide he's going out? Beautifully done. He clearly made an adjustment from the way he was doing it going, oh man. The way he was doing it going down, he clearly made an adjustment. So you,
Back was better than before.
yeah, see, that's what I was just saying.
That felt totally different coming back, and I
Yeah.
felt the groove.
I said you clearly made an adjustment coming back because I see the adjustment you made. You started going out wider and holding it. Now, I usually don't tell people this because it's not a competition, but the goal is to not go over the outside line. So the way you were doing it the first time, I mean, you were approaching the gate like this.
I felt it too, and everyone got closer.
And it's like, what the hell? But you're good at, this is where exercise number 2 comes in. You're good at being able to go slow, turn the handlebars, you know. But coming back, I feel it's almost like you heard what the hell I was saying because, oh man, and you'll see when you watch the video, it just looks better too because it's more fluid.
Right.
It's all about the fluidity. You know, the other way, you look like you're fighting it the whole time. And you're still doing phenomenal. All right, guys, we're going to move on to exercise number 9, the Abominable Snowman. Today we got the Abominable Snowman. All right. All right, so one of the most important things I'm going to tell you today is right now. So listen up. Yes, that's what it was. Your bikes are both on. I dragged that out too long. But now that's 3 each. No. All right. Abominable Snowman, people. 27, 25, 22, 18. No pressure. If you want to do 27 and get out, great. You want to do 27 and 25 and that's it? Great. But you start and end right here. So whatever you do, you come back here. So if you're going to do all 3 of them, for instance, if you know your left turns are better, you feel better about your left turns, start on the right side here because then you're going to end up on the left at the tightest one. Okay? So it's right, left, left. Okay? Of course, I want you to try both. Now, Billy, he did this before, and we were both in 27 and 25 feet at the same time, just going around. He did great. Can you do 22 feet, Billy? Absolutely, I know you can. 18? Nah, we're going to talk about that because that's where, yes, you have to lean the motorcycle more too, but it's also about wheel placement, where you put the wheel, and we're going to talk about that. So when you come into that circle, for instance, if you choose to do that, bring your wheel. All right, this is 3 o'clock. Is this 3 o'clock? 9 o'clock. 3 o'clock, I was right. 3 o'clock. Come to 3 o'clock, and when you get here, hug this line. Hug it. Now, you don't have to do this in 27 feet, but up there. Hug it. And when you get about right here, look at the exit and go for it. You'll be fine. You don't have to do any turning from here severely, because then you know. But if you do it that way, you'll be fine. But you have to lean the motorcycle. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And if Herman's trying to do this, he has to excessively lean his motorcycle because he doesn't have the steering radius. So I don't even.
I don't care the world till I can't. I feel like I can't. I'm gonna try to right turn, but I'm just gonna go right to it. Yeah, man. What's up, brother? Nice, Herman. That's excellent, Herman. That's excellent. Thank you, baby. Okay, bye-bye. That was excellent. Excellent. Nice! Woo! Oh, Herman, that's awesome. That's all he needed. Now he's past that. He's past that threshold of can I do it? He did it. He just didn't come out of it to come out of there. I don't give a damn. That was excellent. Throttle, throttle, throttle. All the way over here, all the way over here. Hug it, good, good, good. Nice and easy. See how he's dancing with the motorcycle? That's not gonna help his balance, it's just gonna make it harder. It's gotta be nice and easy with that rear brake, nice and easy. Or even if you choose not to use your rear brake and you just wanna use your clutch, same thing. You have to be nice and easy with it. You can't be herky-jerky. It's just gonna make things harder. It's making the motorcycle unstable. He's doing very well. And again, his his fear of leaning can't exist for him to do this, because he really has to lean with that motorcycle to make this turn. But he also has to recognize he has to lean, but he still can't go too fast because it's taking up space. So it's a balancing thing. Hug it. There we go. Head and eyes, baby. Head and eyes. Now, I don't care if Billy doesn't do this turn. He did this one, and this is the one I knew he could do, 22 feet. And he did it beautifully. He's good. Ah. You had it too. I know you could do it. I've watched you do it. Throttle, throttle, throttle. Good, good, good. There we go. That's what I like to see. And on that turn right there, you guys saw on the 18-foot turn, he committed to that turn too early. So there's no way he was going to make that. Herman does this excellently as far as placing his wheel where it should be. So when we do follow the leader, we're going to have fun in this Snowman. I'm excited about it. Looking forward to it. Yeah. Yeah, once he changes his handlebars, he's just going to be even better than what he is already. Because remember, guys, all right, remember, guys, your skill is important, your technique is important, but also your controls are important. Everything needs to be comfortable. You should be able to reach your clutch comfortably. And a lot of times that's not placed correctly. Sometimes it's the handlebars, it's too far away. Sometimes it's not positioned right, so it's too low or it's too high. Look at the exit. Woo! Oh man, like my butt clenched up when he did that lean. But at the end of the day, if you trust and believe, you're gonna be fine. That was awesome, man. My butt clenched up on that lean. My butt clenched up on that lean. I was like, but you trusted and believed, you stayed in the friction zone. Hug it, hug it. Good, head and eyes. So I thought Herman was doing push-ups. I thought he was doing push-ups. I saw him get on the floor. All right, guys, excellent. There were no surprises here. I knew Billy was going to be able to do that 22-foot turn. I knew that. Well, actually, that's not true. There was a surprise. Herman making this turn, 18 feet on that motorcycle. Yes, like I said, he has to lean more, but he also has to realize with that lean, he still can't incorporate a lot of speed because then it's going to push him out. Now, the first time he made this turn, Herman, I think, was so damn happy he made this turn. Forget about going back into this other turn. So he kind of, but I don't even give a crap because he made the turn. He went out, actually, he went out this way. He got stuck in the turn. And I always say, if you get stuck in an 18-foot U-turn, that's a good problem to have, right? Yeah. All right, guys, we're going to move on to exercise number, actually, there's no numbers. Those are all the numbers. Bonus time. Both these guys not going to have any problem because they've both done it. Yes, they've both done it. The maze. All right, guys, the maze. The maze is just 18-foot or less U-turns. If you're coming on this side, you're making 2 lefts and 1 right. If you enter on this side, you're making 2 rights and 1 left. Of course, we're going to do both. So, Herman, what I'm going to tell you here, the same thing that I told you earlier, which is don't be going so slow that when you make your turn, you have to, kind of, and then try to pick it up. It's just scarier. Try to keep it fluid the whole way. It's going to be much easier. And watching how you did these turns in the circles, I'm not talking about the 18-foot, even though that one was smooth too. And not only that, now I know it's a result because Herman is looking right at the damn cones, but his wheel placement in the Snowman is superb. He's an inch away from those cones as he's hugging them. I wish he would just turn his head and look at the exit, but now you with the shark nose fairing, I like the fact you can't see anything. You can't. So you just kind of, it's on. Yeah, and it's almost like when you first started driving your car, well, for most people, or a lot of people, some people, the confines of one lane seems like so tight. And that's why if there's 2 cars or two objects in the way and you have to get through, the experienced driver sees that from a distance and they already know, I could just fly right through there. Where somebody that's still learning, they're creeping through it because they still haven't grasped the space that their car takes up. Your motorcycle's the same way. After a while, you're going to learn how much space it takes up. All right? Anyway. So, again, just U-turns. That's it. I'm going to run through it. Herman's going to run through it. And you're going to run through it. Now, the question to ask yourself is, have you made an 18-foot U-turn out here today, Billy?
No.
Yeah, so that's what this is all about.
It's not the 18-foot turn?
That's it, because that's all it is. It's now, at the end of the day, it's a bonus exercise. And I said over there, if you couldn't do the top of the Snowman, I don't give a crap, and you shouldn't either. Because it's just not necessary. Ah, breeze feels nice. That's all she wrote. See, I trusted you can get out of here without hitting my motorcycle. All right, Herman. Show them what you got. Nice. See, his fear factor has gone down. That's because of confidence. Very nice. See how smooth his throttle is now? Oh, butter. What are you shaking your head for? It's beautiful. He's shaking his head. He's probably shaking his head because it's not tight enough. I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you, it's both ways. Very nice. All right, and at the end of the day, like I said, if he can't do this, it's not a problem. But so Billy's not a big leaner, and you have to lean this motorcycle to make an 18-foot U-turn. Head and eyes! I got it. Yeah. Thank you. Very nice. All right, it's good this time. Woo! Nice. Did you see that rear brake recovery? Wow, this is the best one yet. Wow. Wow. Outstanding.
You can't make, I don't know why, I'm too far out or something.
I'll tell you why. Okay, two things. First and foremost, Herman. That last run was the best as far as I'm concerned. From a learning perspective, and what I mean by that is he's made some very clean, beautiful. That one, when he came around this turn, the old Herman came back and he kind of like swooped it and it threw him into this thing right here. So that's an uh-oh moment. What did he do? The boss that he is, rear brake, brought him back up and then he reset. Made the next turn. Beautiful. And I think over here too, something happened, but he fixed it. He worked it out. Billy, your bike's on. Okay, so now Billy's in the lead, 4-3. Billy, this is not an issue with your handlebars or anything. There's no way to do this on your motorcycle without leaning it. You don't really lean a lot.
No, I don't.
So that's why this is not going to happen. So what I did, I remember when Pam was here, she's got a Rebel 750. I had her get to the left side, turn her handlebars, and just duck walk her motorcycle straight up. Now on her motorcycle, it makes this turn. So that shows her she doesn't have to lean. If you do the same thing, see where your motorcycle ends up, and then it's going to kind of give you an idea how much you have to lean. So let's do that.
You did with that with me the first time.
Yes.
Before I ever did it once, you put me around to show me
Yeah.
that I'd have to.
I mean, you look like you're on rails, man. It's just beautiful. Go up a little bit more.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you're going to keep it running. You're just not going to pick your feet up. Go up a little bit. All right. Turn the handlebars all the way. Okay, now just duck walk it. Keep them locked. All right, stop. So you can see, if you started leaning, like you don't even have to lean the whole way, a lot. But you have to lean some, otherwise, if you keep going, okay, keep going. Yeah, it's okay. Go ahead. Go ahead. I just want you to keep going until your motorcycle's facing that way. Stop. So you see, you're within it. The only thing you're doing is hitting these cones.
Gotcha.
A lean takes care of that. It's not like he doesn't lean at all, because when we were in the figure 8 and in the Snowman, he's incorporating lean, but you just have to lean a little bit more here. Head and eyes. Throttle. It's too low. Yeah, exactly. All right, guys. Time to move on. What's up? Oh, you want me to do it on this?
You want to try it? You got
Sure. What mode is it in?
It's in the standard.
Okay.
It's not in the high.
I've got to really start practicing on leaning because I obviously don't have it.
Yeah, but that's not true, because you do have lean, just not that much lean. In the figure 8, you're leaning. In the single serpentine, you're leaning. I'm talking single serpentine. In the Snowman, you're leaning. So you do have lean. You just have to have a little bit more lean. Trust and believe. It's funny. Everything is different. I feel like I'm on the handlebars like this, which is a good thing. You know what I mean? It's a good thing. Thank you again, Herman, for trusting me with her. I don't know if she's got a name.
Prozac.
Prozac. Thank you for trusting me with Prozac. Herman, your bike is off. Yeah, I had a trust and believe moment over there. Everything, like I said, for some reason on that bike, everything feels a little bit tighter. It feels more precise. So I feel like when I move the clutch out a little bit, it's going to put me right where I need to be. I'm not saying that it just feels like it's more than the Harley. That's all I'm going to say. All right, guys, follow the leader time. But first, we're going to do a briefing. And these two gentlemen have participated in Follow the Leader before, so you guys know the rules. Do as I do, not as I say. Wherever I place my wheels, that's where I'm pretty sure Herman's going to be behind me. That's where he's going to place his. And if there's bordered grass and you go onto the grass, you're out. Pull into the middle. We can make one circle around you, get back in. If you hit a cone, you're out. If you don't do an exercise that I do, you're out. Now, whenever I do Follow the Leader, based on the day, I'm never going to do stuff that I know for a fact people can't do because there's no fun in that. But today's going to be a different story because you guys are on point, so this is going to be good. All right? And, of course, when we go out there, if you mess something up, don't come back here. Wait till we come back, then pull in the middle. And lastly, when we do Follow the Leader, it's only 3 of us. But if you're behind me, Herman, and your foot goes down, just get out of his way so he doesn't be affected by you. All right? All right, let's do it.
When I'm talking 7 digits, earn it by the day, every second minute. Used to pay me none, look, now they pay attention. Everybody say they drip, but I banded it. See them copy all the looks, but I stay switching. Pick up the loot, then hit the bank. Can't never change, still wrote the change. Captain say the pay, this ain't the day. They made me wait, I'm breaking chains. Tommy feeling bubbly off the rose. Took a minute, but I got it out the slow way. Friends turn to foes, haters tell them go away. Rappers making shiggy dance like a soul train. Told them slide, no electric. It's getting hectic. 777. 777. Yeah. Told him slide no electric. Yeah, it's getting hectic. 777. Yeah. 777.
All right, guys, just outstanding. Good job. A lot of fun. And it's always going to be more fun when you have guys that can do certain things. And the funny thing is, I almost felt like you guys are testing me. So that you guys have done this more than once, you already know, or you're going to know now, when we pull into the figure eight, if it's just us, all of us go in there. Snowman, same thing. Like, I'm in the Snowman. I go around. I look. What the hell are these guys doing? So now I got to go slow. Billy was like, oh, okay. I just made it in behind Billy. So, but again, good stuff. I appreciate it. I love it. You have fun, Billy?
Oh, a great time. I've found some more weaknesses I've got, and I'm definitely got to start leaning.
Yes. Yes.
Definitely.
Now, what was the ridiculous? I mean, what was the number you gave yourself when you first came here?
At the very beginning, it was 0, if not in the negatives. Leaving out, I said a hard 2, maybe a 3. I don't know if I've really compounded on that today, but I think I'm seeing more as the practices go. So I might be a 3, 3.5.
Okay, so let's just recap. Billy did, obviously, 1, 2, and 3, and he did them successfully, correct?
Yes.
He did exercise number 4, right turns, left turns from a stop, correct?
Yep.
He did single serpentine, correct?
Way better than last time, yeah.
He did U-turns, right turn, left, correct?
Yep.
And did it to a stop, as he did the same thing with the exercise number 4. Okay, so that's 4. Then we went to exercise number 7. He did the figure 8, correct?
Yeah, figure 8 was pretty easy, yeah.
Okay. Then he did the offset double serpentine, correct?
I did it, but I don't know if it was as
No, there's
pretty
no
as it
but.
should have been.
You did it.
Okay, then I did it.
You did
yes.
it. You did it. Not looking too great, but you still did it going that. But when you came back, Metamorphosis, did it beautifully.
Yep.
Right? And you did the first 3 circles in the Snowman, correct?
Yes.
Is he a 3.5? You guys be the judge. We ain't gonna argue with him. If that's what he's giving himself, that's fine. But when you go back, you watch it, you'll see. Nobody that comes out here and does everything I just mentioned is a 3.5. That's just my opinion. Did he do the maze? No. Who cares? That's why it's a bonus exercise. That's why the top of the Snowman is not a bonus exercise, but it may as well be because, again, who cares? All right?
Absolutely.
All right. But always a pleasure to have you here, man.
Absolutely. I love it. I love this, making a day of it. It's
Yes.
great.
We have great weather. We're not burning up hot. Herman, again, thank you for allowing me to ride Prozac. Is that what you said the name of it is?
Her name is Prozac.
Thank you for allowing me to ride Prozac. I appreciate it. It feels good. It's fun because it's different for me, too. And it's nice and everything seems precise, like I said. You enjoy yourself?
First time was a 10, this time was a 15.
And what did you rate yourself when you first came? Today?
I think I was around a 3 or 4 maybe.
Let me walk off camera. What's the number now, if anything, if it's any change?
I would say definitely 100% at least a 5. Maybe a 6 if I'd look where the hell I'm going.
Okay, that got my attention. Because listen, so at the end of the day, things have to be factored in with Herman. He's riding a motorcycle that, although has a much more severe leaning radius, right? That doesn't matter if you're scared to lean the motorcycle, right? But because his motorcycle doesn't turn a lot, he has to lean more. So the fact that he does these things out here on this motorcycle, I mean, I'm sorry, it's almost like he has to get like bonus points for that because that's huge, right? So, I mean, that's why I tell people just because your bike's lighter doesn't mean everything's going to be easier. Because usually these lighter motorcycles don't have the same kind of turning radius. So you can't get away with keeping the motorcycle straight up like Billy saw in the figure 8. He has to lean the motorcycle. And on Herman's, he's got to lean it even more. But the beauty is, it just feels so smooth. And maybe people feel a little bit better about the fact that it's not as heavy. But as I always say, the weight is irrelevant. Everything is the same. When I got on his motorcycle, I found the friction zone, which didn't take me long at all. Beautiful. And then after that, beautiful, right? So, listen, you did phenomenal, man, phenomenal. He came out of the figure 8. I mean, he came out of the bonus exercise going like this. After he did it successfully, I just don't understand that. Hold on, guys.
The Abominable Snowman in
Let me turn this car over. I got it, man.
So if we're still filming, Robert's paying it forward. He's turning over a flipped remote control car.
Got it. All right, what were you going to say?
I just said you were doing a pay it forward when you walked over there flipping a remote control car.
That's right.
over.
Always paying it forward. Always paying it forward. The guy's got to walk a half mile to get to the damn car. I'm standing right here. So.
And I did say, I think I might have snuck in the Abominable Snowman.
No, sneaking my ass. You did it. This guy did the Abominable Snowman, not the Snowman, the Abominable. And guys, again, like I was just saying, there was a few times when he did that I got the pucker effect. I'm not even on the motorcycle. Because, I mean, he was like, and again, if somebody's on a motorcycle like this and they're lean like this and they're going at speed, no big deal. But when you're going slow, so he took my advice when I told him, don't fall into the turn slow and then have to pick it up. That's scarier. You feel the falling sensation even more. Do it nice and easy. Do everything at the same time. And he did that right away. So excellent job, man. Excellent job. Always a pleasure to have you here as well.
Can't wait to come back.
All right. All right, guys. So that's going to do it. Practice session number 33. It's a wrap. And it was a good one out here. Started off nice and cool. I had a jacket on. We had a nice sunny day. It is like 80 degrees, 79, 80 degrees. So perfect weather, perfect group of guys out here. You know, I want to thank Jamie for coming out here. His wife went shopping and that allowed him to stay here and hang out with us. So I appreciate that. Next time he's going to have his motorcycle, he said. But guys, I always appreciate stuff like that. Actually, there's actually a preloader sitting over here that he said he wanted to come out. He lives nearby, but he had to take care of some business, but he still came out here. So that's always appreciated, guys. Come on out. You know, even if you're not riding your motorcycle, I'd love to meet you. And watch this live, right? You can watch it live, see what's going on, hear what's going on, and get your own behind the scenes stuff because you're here, right? So that's great. So right now, Billy and Herman, they're picking up the cones. I appreciate that. That's not a rule out here. Like, I never made that a rule. But, you know, stand-up people. You know, they figure, you know what, Robert came out here and set all this up by himself. We can pick it up. That's always appreciated. So, guys, you guys are always appreciated. I say that all the time. Remember, guys, if you get anything out of this, if you like my channel, if you watch it regularly and you are not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Helps out the channel. Do me a favor. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like. All right? All that stuff helps. You know, I know a lot of times people start watching the videos and they get so into it, they forget, right? I am going to be coming out with a video specifically on how to subscribe on your smart TV, on your phone, and on, of course, the computer, which I think is probably the easiest one. All right? Because I think that's part of the problem too. People that just watch this channel on their television, they don't know how to subscribe, all right? So we're gonna go over that too. But as I always say, guys, there's anything that you guys could be doing with your time. And I mean anything. And the fact that you choose to spend a little bit of it with me, I use the term a little bit loosely, I appreciate that. All right, guys, spend more time being thankful for the things that you have and less time complaining about the things that you don't. I want to acknowledge my brothers and sisters in blue. Please be careful out there, guys. Know that you're appreciated. Special shout out to the NYPD Highway Patrol Motorcycle Unit, particularly Highway 1, because that's where I learned how to ride these motorcycles the way I do. But like I always say, guys, this is a perishable skill. You have to stay on top of it. Again, it doesn't mean you have to be ridiculous every day, hours a day. No, that's not what this is about. But you have to be consistent in it, okay? Be consistent. Consistency is going to win in the long run, all right? We're playing the long game here. All right, guys? So remember, practice, practice, practice. Preload, keep it loaded. Hit that subscribe button. Keep it loaded. Hit that subscribe button. And practice, 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 guys, because practice breeds confidence. And a confident rider is not only a safer rider, it's a rider that's going to enjoy riding their motorcycle that much more. I'm guaranteeing that, guys. You're going to enjoy riding your motorcycle so much more. Until next time, guys.